So I guess go ahead and talk a little bit about, just the overall experience, again, of working with KK in the studio. I mean, were there any sort of kinks that you guys had to work out in terms of getting back to the same place you were 20 years ago? Or was it pretty much smooth sailing from the start?
Well, I've stayed in contact with all the guys, and Ken comes out to my shows all the time. And if I'm going through England, I think he's been to 3 or 4 of my solo shows when I've been through. And he's actually brought AJ out with him, who's a guitar player. And my ending with Priest was on a good note, though. When I left Judas Priest, I know the world looked at it as, oh, poor Tim, but I had already recorded The Glorious Burden with Iced Earth. So, I mean, I'd already had a record done and an offer to me before I was even gone. And it made me think, man, this would be kind of cool to do other things. I would never have quit Judas Priest, but it wasn't a bad, there was no bridges burned. It was, everybody got along. I would, that everybody knew Rob would come back someday. Rob had to come back for his sake, and the band had to get Rob back for their sake. And I knew it. So everything was good. We all stayed friends. So, being and seeing the guys, and especially KK throughout the years, it was easy. We just, we saw each other so much. So it was easy to get right back in the studio and do the stuff. It was just old hat,
Nice. Yeah, no doubt. Now, in terms of, the record, in terms of the writing, I mean, were you involved at all with writing the lyrics, or at least being involved with that? Or was that mostly KK that handled all that?
Well, I think it was mostly KK. He really wanted to do something here. And I'll tell you what, when I first got the first listens to it, I knew it was going to be really great stuff. And I knew it was stuff that is right up my alley. Vocally, it was written for me. That was the other difference as well. I mean, Ken knew that I could sing anything he would throw at me, whether it was high notes. There's really funny because people say, oh, man, listen, Ripper, I didn't know you could sing that higher. Listen to you singing like that. It sounds like this. I'm like, I've sang like that on every record I've done.
Yeah.
People are like, wow, you're trying to sound like Halford. It sounds like Painkiller. I'm like, Scream Machine, Angie Will Die, the whole Iced Earth stuff, the 3 Trimmers. I'm always like, everybody, I'm not sounding like anybody. I sound like me. And Ken knew that. He just said, I'm going to write this, and Ripper's it's perfect for him. So it was
awesome.
great.